Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. Yesterday, someone reminded us that it was the 80th anniversary of our friend Alan Scott, aka Green Lantern. I have a few videos about Alan Scott, but some of my videos are, let's say, a bit outdated. So I thought we could make a new version of a video with our friend Alan Scott. There's probably a few new styles that I'm using now that I didn't use way back when. As you can see, we can create a pretty darn good looking version of our friend Alan Scott. So if you wanted to recreate Alan Scott, let's show you how. For the face mask, obviously I'm using the half slimline face mask. For the back piece, it's the Miraculous back piece. It's the Mr. Miracle back piece you can get gathering the collections in Metropolis. Sadly, in order to be able to get the collections, I think you have to own Halls of Power Part 1 or you have to be a legendary player. For the emblem, it's using the official Alan Scott emblem. This is the enhanced version of the emblem. Sadly, it is the new 52 version of the emblem, but oh well, within the context of DC Universe Online, we do what we can sometimes. I wish we had the classic version of the emblem, but not at this point. For the chest piece, it's the coordinate chest piece. By now, you can get it from either the broker or from Booster Gold. The belt is simply the clasp belt. The pants, any slimline pants will do the trick. And we do have the official Alan Scott boots that you can get if you play an evil villain. I do have a video about how to get the Alan Scott boots, so I would suggest you take a look at that if you want to know how to get the boots. The short answer would be just buy them from the broker. But if you are an evil villain, there is a mission that you can farm and farm and farm in order to be able to get the boots. For the aura, I'm using the green flame aura, which is pretty much perfect for this version of the character, because often the effects, originally the effects of the powers that Alan Scott would manifest through his ring looked a lot more like fire than light energy somehow. And the swirling fireballs, I looked appropriate with our friend Alan Scott somehow. I wouldn't use those fireballs with a lot of characters, but in this case, I think it fits well. Obviously, I'm using the green light stream movement style. And I am using the glowing materials on the pants. You don't have to, like you could simply just put the pants green. You decide. I just thought it added a little bit of extra energy to our friend Alan Scott. If somehow you cannot get the Alan Scott emblem, you could decide to go with the Scion of Ion chest piece. Sadly, as you can see, it does interfere with the cape a bit. An alternative would be to use the Ra's al Ghul cape. The Ra's al Ghul cape does not interfere with the emblem, but I have to admit I much prefer the Mr. Miracle cape, but you decide which version you prefer. Of course, you could decide to use the Green Lantern emblem, and there's a multitude of slimline chest piece you could use. Here I'm using the Scuba chest piece, but you could use various other slimline chest piece if you want to. Sadly, with most of those chest piece, the Miraculous cape will also interfere with the emblem. So if you use the Scuba chest piece or any of the slimline chest piece, I'd suggest you use the Ra's al Ghul cape. We did get an official Alan Scott set of gear in DC Universe Online, but the set of gear we got was the Kingdom Come Alan Scott. It's a really nice looking set of gear. At this point, you can easily get a set of gear either from the broker, or you can simply just buy it from our friend Booster Gold. There is an enhanced version or a regular version for that set of gear. And of course, you could decide to apply the glowing material on the set of gear if you want to. And I'm using the construct helicopter because why not? For the aura, I thought with this look, the green aura was quite simply fitting with this look for the character. So maybe at some point in time we will get a classic Alan Scott emblem. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see for that. And with the new 52, we got a new version of Alan Scott. They tried to recreate the dynamic Earth 1 and Earth 2 with the new 52. So this was Alan Scott on Earth 2 when the new 52 was launched. And it's fairly easy to recreate that look. You need a Tunic of Greed, Again, we're using the Alan Scott emblem. The gloves are the Sinistro gloves. The belt is the Sector Incendiary belt. Any slimline pants will do the trick. And that's the adaptive Android boots. So if you use all of that, and of course the mask is the half slimline mask. And for the material I'm using, obviously the glowing chroma material. And the aura, it's still the green flame aura. So at this point in time, until they give us a proper Alan Scott emblem, or maybe an Alan Scott chest piece, who knows, this is about as close to the classic Alan Scott as we can get. But also, as you saw, we can get a pretty much spot-on version of the Kingdom Come Alan Scott if we want to. Oh yeah, one last thing before I forget. We also have the Starheart, the Alan Scott Orbital Strike. So if you want to complete the look of your Alan Scott, that would be an item you might want to get. So this was a sort of tiny celebration for the 80th anniversary of Alan Scott. Hopefully before long we'll get a classic Alan Scott emblem. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see for that. So that is going to be pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this Universe Online at this point, so if I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answered your question. And that's going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.